G'day fuckheads, 100k. That is pretty gnarly. We fucking did it. Now before you're like, but Majorkill, you said you would do custodies for 100k. Or, Majorkill, you said you'd do the nude calendar for 100k. And yes, I did say that, but that was before some Lebo security guard fucked someone in government mandated quarantine who had the Rona, and then said Lebo went off to celebrate Ramadan, causing my city's infections to go from 30 people to over 1,000 in less than 2 weeks. This meant we went into stage 3 lockdown, meaning tanning salons, waxing, and all other shit required to become a custodian were no longer open. On top of that, I was also unable to see Angie, who was going to help me with the cosplay, and the guy that was going to send me the 3D printed equipment for it couldn't anymore. On top of that, the photographer and models who were going to do the nude calendar with me also can't come visit and do the shoot anymore because of that. So here I am, celebrating one of the biggest milestones of my life with my dogs and Chris. To be clear, the custodies and nude calendar will 100% still happen when Victoria unfucks itself, but for now they're just impossible. But what a ride it has been. When I started YouTube in high school, I had no idea what I wanted to make content about. All I knew is that I wanted to be a YouTuber. I made terrible Total War cinematics, top mods of the week, Dota 2 guides, Starbound guides, League of Legends gameplay, even an animation about Sonic the Autistic Hedgehog, which to be fair remains the greatest, most creative artwork I will ever create in my entire life. Some videos would do okay, like the Roman Shield Wall vs Viking Shield Wall video, which actually pissed off a lot of people because apparently that's not how shield walls work. But we didn't really get anywhere. When I finally hit 100 subs, I did a giveaway that nobody entered. Then one day I was playing Total Warhammer, re-immersing myself into a franchise and lore that I hadn't touched since I was 13 years old. As I was playing, I was like, wow, these are really cool characters. I wonder what happens to them. So I did some research and discovered this abomination called the End Times, as well as its aborted child called Age of Sigmar. I did discover the fates of the Lords and I did make a video about it, and as expected and as usual by that point, it didn't get any views. By this point, I was like, fuck, I was just ready to give up. I don't know why I hadn't given up already. I'd made 60 videos that no one gave a fuck about. Teenage me must have been a persistent piece of shit. Wow, thank you, me. And then one day, I noticed my subs had jumped from 100 to 500. And I went to check again and I realized that same video, despite the terrible audio quality, the terrible writing, the terrible editing, it was getting lots of views, lots of comments, lots of upvotes. So I was like, fuck, part 2. Part 2 comes out, exact same thing. Then I made a video about the Gods of Warhammer Fantasy. And then after that one, I released my Age of Sigmar Explained video. I knew what to do by that point. I was just so happy that Warhammer lore was the thing that let me kind of realize my dream about YouTube. I wanted to make Warhammer lore, but I wanted to make it so you don't want to shoot yourself in the face after you were 40 minutes into a 3-hour, 3-part series about if the Ultramarines are left or right-handed. I wanted to make it funny. I wanted to make people laugh and smile. My motto was educate and entertain. Now, creating glorified slideshows about Warhammer lore is cool and all, but I wanted to be more than that. I didn't want to just do that. I wanted to put time and effort into creating or commissioning things that actually were really high value to the community. Hence, I gave it a go. I made the Meme Marine video, which I thought was pretty funny. I then went on to get Space Marine vs Doomslayer commissioned, which everyone seemed to really enjoy. I made some mates and had a good time. I made some enemies and I fucking destroyed them. And that brings us today, 100,000 of you wackos that genuinely enjoy watching me do my thing. So what comes next? Well, if you've been watching me for a while, you've probably seen me talk about a Warhammer 40k homebrew Space Marine animated series inspired by If the Emperor Had the Text-to-Speech Device series animation that I'm working on. And I kept shelving it and pushing it back because I was so obsessed with hitting 100,000 subscribers. I was so obsessed with uploading videos and getting growth that I didn't want to take the time off to make it and finish it. Well, I'm happy to say that now that I've hit 100k, I feel like there's a big weight and pressure off me. Now I can take the time off that I need to actually make this video work and realize this series that I've been thinking about and wanting to do for ages. If you guys are curious about what I'm talking about and want to see the first scene, I actually posted it onto Patreon to get some feedback on it. And the feedback was really positive. So it kind of shows me that making this is like the right call for me and everyone. Basically, after this video, I've got probably 2 or 3 more videos planned for this week's and next week. Really fun ones that I want to get out. And then after that, I'll probably won't upload for a week or 2 weeks. And every day, I'll just fucking blitzkrieg the shit out of this animation. Because I'm just so excited to get out to you guys. Like, I remember I pulled up the script that I originally wrote for it, thinking, oh, like, I'm probably gonna have to edit it and change it because, you know, it's probably old humor, it's not that funny. And I read it and I was like, fuck, it's a good script. I didn't edit any of it. All I'm saying is it just could be the start of something really cool. Now, I've gotten a few messages about, Majorkill, you're doing 100K merch. And yes, I am. Chris, the guy I'm living with right now, is the designer for the 50K merch, so that's no problem getting that sorted. And Dan, my other mate, who does the printing for it, is still in business. So it's safe to say that's one of the few things I can actually do during this lockdown. Can't really show you guys designs because they're not done yet, but what I can say is we're gonna be doing singlets, t-shirts, and hoodies. Singlets will be in a sleeveless t-shirt style because as much as I like beating my wife, I don't want people to know about it by what I wear. The main design I'm gunning for this one will be like, it'll be Majorkill in a special typography, which if you've seen the Conor McGregor suit, he got a custom-made suit and it looked like pinstripes, but the pinstripes were actually like micro text of fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. It was hilarious. So we're gonna do g'day fuckheads, all clumped together to build the word Majorkill. So if someone sees you in the street or sees you in the gym doing reps, they'll be like, oh, Majorkill, that's kind of cool. But if they look closely, you'll give them a warm greeting, a warm Aussie greeting. I think that'll be quite good. On top of that, the hoodies, there'll be only 100 of them, 100 hoodies for 100K. So if you do want to reserve one of the hoodies, like the singlets and shirts will just sell forever, but the hoodies, if you want to reserve one, there's only 100, message me on Discord. I'll chuck up my Discord tag. Anyone can message me anytime about anything. But yeah, if you do want to put in like a pre-order or holding over one of those hoodies, that's a good time to do so. Each one will be unique. They'll have like 1 out of 100 or 30 out of 100 or something out of 100 to symbolize which hoodie you've gotten. So each hoodie will be unique, which I think is kind of cool. The quality of the last merch drop was terrific. It was awesome to get you guys feedback on that one. It was awesome to see you guys really loved it. So I'm excited to roll out this next one, which will be even better. Finally, I know in old videos, I always said, you know, fuck everyone. I don't need anyone to succeed. I can do all this myself. And while we have been a solo man and we haven't relied on collaborations or anything, I do owe some thank yous along the way to people that have really helped me. So thank you, Legend of Total War. Fucking sick cunt. He's one of my boys. He's given me a lot of support and guidance, and without him, the channel probably would have been banned or deleted by this point. I also want to thank Mike, Liam, and Hayden for inspiring me and showing me that it's okay to love what I do. Also to Voldemort for being a funny old bastard. And Chris for helping me with making my brand look pretty and also being a best mate and always supporting me with everything I did. Dan with helping me kind of launch the business side of YouTube, helping me coordinate the sending of 500 calendars, which was a fucking nightmare. Oh, but we did it, yes. And finally, thank you to you guys. Obviously, making Warhammer lore videos is cool, but if no one watches them, they just get really sad. So thank you guys for all the support you've given me. Thank you for letting me live my dream job. Oh, Testy Pop. Thank you for basically giving me purpose, if that makes sense. This to 100,000. Now let's get like 1 million or some shit. Who knows? Peace.